Hello everyone, this is A Beautiful Ride to Carlisle. This was recently released by Lil Victoria, an artist I followed for a while now, and I was excited to learn that they were making a visual novel, so this is pretty nice. Let's go ahead and get started.
My train should come any minute now.
Dana stretched her arms a bit where she stood. Empty branches stood along the platform, but she wanted to stand for a while more. She would be sitting for 5 hours soon. She wasn't looking forward to it much. She had heard the new views along the way were nice though, and she had a couple of books to while away the time, as well as her cassette player. Maybe she could even sleep a little on the train so that the ride wouldn't be so long. But it looked like today would be sunny. The little morning fog was already disappearing, a perfect start for her holidays.
Oh, there it is.
The rails made a small sound and she looked up to see the train appear around the bend. It was an older one, dark blue with tall cabins and a red line along the sides. Suddenly missing this place that she wouldn't see for a few months, Dana turned around for a last quick look at the town. Then she followed the nearest train door to where it slowed down and stopped, waiting for people to step off before climbing the steep stairs. Dana watched the other passengers as she looked for a seat, happy to see the train wasn't very full. She was even starting to hope she could have an empty booth all for herself, but she could always change places if there was a better seat somewhere else. Her place was in the 4-seat booth like she had hoped for, but a girl about her age sat opposite her seat next to the window. Dana didn't mind. The girl looked pleasant and quiet, and Dana would be getting the seat that faced the right way. She put her bag down and took out a book, then zipped the bag shut. Sitting down, she took a better look at the girl opposite of her. Pale blonde hair that reached her shoulders, and a pretty face with a small content smile. Her eyes were closed. Maybe she was sleeping. Careful not to bump the girl's knees, Dana made herself comfortable while she watched the girl's breathing to see if she was asleep.
Do you have enough room for your legs? Oh, yes, thank you.
Dana noticed that the girl still had her eyes closed. She settled into her seat and watched the view for a while, feeling a bit of homesickness already as her familiar places were left behind. I just would like to point out that the artwork is very lovely here. The backgrounds, the characters, everything. I love it. Every once in a while she glanced at the other girl, wondering about her. She wore that peaceful smile and rested her hands in her lap, and she kept her eyes closed.
What kind of scenery are we passing?
Dana looked at the girl, then at the view outside. Sparse forest stood here and there, and there were fields, with the occasional farmhouse or two dotting the landscape.
Beautiful rolling fields.
She looked back at the girl, and her happy, expectant smile, realizing something.
We've left the city behind. There are little forests every now and then, and a pretty blue sky.
The girl tilted her head.
I'm sorry, you don't know what blue is. What is blue like?
Dana looked back at the sky.
Blue is peaceful, calm and deep, like it goes on forever. Like you could go there and never have to come back. Lovely. I'm sorry bothering you like this.
Not at all. Oh man, the music is so nice too. She liked meeting new people, and the girl was so sweet with that lovely smile of hers.
I'm Dana. What's her name? Sharon. Nice to meet you.
Dana had the impression that the other girl was younger than her, but she might be wrong. It was hard to tell with her. The girl turned her head as if to watch the view outside, maybe listening.
There are some birds in the sky. Little birds flocking together and enjoying the sunny day. Along the railway track, there are lots of spring flowers and some butterflies. Every place is green grass and new leaves. Green looks like life, eagerness to enjoy everything that would come, carefree happiness. That's how it feels when you touch grass and plants. I love plants. I have lots of them at home. And when I'm outside, I like to lie in the grass and just listen to the wind and the trees and the birds. That's wonderful. There was an old man just now, with a hat and shaggy beard, riding a really old bicycle. That reminds me of my grandfather. Although he doesn't ride a bicycle, I'm traveling to Carlisle to spend part of the summer with my grandparents. Grandpa always says that I must listen to what he says because his beard is whiter than my hair, and that after I catch up to him, we can negotiate it. You have beautiful hair, like an angel.
The other girl drew her shoulders up a little and gave a lovely shy smile.
Angels are really beautiful, aren't they? Yes. Thank you. And what do you look like? I have long dark hair.
Dana paused and looked at the other girl for a moment. Leaning forward, she sat on the edge of her seat and reached over to gently touch Sharon's hand with hers. At no sign of reluctance from her, Dana took her hand and lifted it to touch her hair. Sharon smiled as Dana guided her hand to smooth her hair, then let go so she could continue on her own. Sharon followed her hair down over her shoulder, then traced back up her arm. She lifted her fingers and set them softly on Dana's cheek, feeling the other girl's face with her hand, passing over her eyebrows, her nose, touching her lips. The blonde took her delicate hand away, then offered it in front of Dana as if uncertain. Dana smiled and took her hand again, pressing it softly onto her collar, then traced over her breast with the other girl, down her stomach, and across her hips, along her thighs.
This is what I am like. You're beautiful too, Dana.
Sharon made that shy smile again, and felt her way back up to put her hand on Dana's, resting her arm on the window too. Dana squeezed her hand gently and gave out a lovely smile in return.
I'm on my way to Kendall myself. There's a farm there where you get food and lodging in return for work. They grow organic vegetables and fruit. I thought it would be a good way to start my holiday, being there for a week or two. Are you a student? Yeah, I'm studying arts and design. What about you? I've studied some languages. French and Portuguese. I might want to become a translator, but I might change my mind too. I have some audiobooks with me for studying and one Hemingway novel in Braille. But I'd much rather listen to your voice. If you want to have some time to yourself, just tell me to read. Like I could do that.
Dana leaned forward to gently brush Sharon's cheek with her fingers, making the girl smile.
We passed a little river. There was a small town too, just a few streets and some little houses. Do you swim? I love to. I need someone to watch over me if I go further than neck deep though. Me too. Love to swim, I mean. Do you have a lake near your grandparents' place? So many. I stay near the shore when I'm just with my grandparents, so that I don't worry them too much. And sometimes I get both of them to come swimming too. That's great.
Dana smiled, imagining the girl enjoying herself in the water.
What else do you do? I play the guitar. That's lovely. What kind of music? Classical. A lot. Folk music. And whatever I feel like. Paul Simon's songs are wonderful, but they're challenging. I love to hear you play. I would enjoy that. Dana, do you have a phone number? I'd like to be your friend. I'd love to.
Dana took her notebook from her bag. Sharon smiled happily and took out a little notebook as well as she told Dana her number.
That one is my grandparents' telephone. I'll tell you my parents' number too. Can you write yours here? Of course. Here you are. And tell me your number. I will remember it.
Dana told Sharon her number and wrote it on an empty page in her notebook along with her name. She wondered if she could repeat the number, but Sharon had a little smile that told her she would remember it. She handed the notebook back to the girl, and Sharon caressed it before putting it in her backpack.
I like to learn some other instruments too, like the flute or the oboe. They sound so beautiful. Those would suit you.
Dana leaned forward just to stretch her back a bit. The girl moved a bit closer as well, hearing or sensing Dana's movement.
And I like to sing. Oh, I want to hear you sing. When you were telling me your number, I was thinking how lovely your voice is. You're too nice to me. Dana, you didn't tell me what color your eyes are either earlier. Green. Grayish green.
Sharon smiled, perhaps trying to imagine what a pretty color grayish green was. Dana wondered what color Sharon's eyes were, although, did it matter?
Mine are blue.
Dana looked up to see her open her eyes. Stunning sky blue, beautiful eyes. Dana took a deep breath.
You are beautiful.
Sharon smiled. Dana gazed into her eyes, wondering how they looked so focused, so that there was nothing unusual about them.
I've been told there's nothing wrong with my eyes. It's just some part of my mind that's supposed to see what the eyes are seeing, and it doesn't. But some other part still works, so even though I don't see anything, if you move something in front of me, I usually get a feeling where it went, so I can often guess if you moved it left or right.
Dana listened, captivated by the girl's words and her eyes.
Sometimes I just keep looking at something for a long time and I almost think I'm making out colors.
Dana gazed at her. She wondered if somewhere unconsciously as she said, Sharon saw her smile.
That sounds amazing. It bothers some people when I keep my eyes open, so I tend not to. And sometimes I put so much effort into trying to catch those almost sensations. So I don't do it if I have something else to concentrate. On. With me, please don't stop yourself.
Dana remembered stepping on this train a while back, expecting a boring 5 hours and perhaps a little bright spot when she had her lunch. But that was just that. You had your best encounters by chance, their magic enhanced by their unexpectedness. She was feeling hungry though, now that she thought about it.
I think I could eat my lunch now. I slept late, so I didn't have time to proper breakfast. Me too.
Dana opened her bag and found a lunchbox, watching the other girl take wrapped sandwiches from her backpack.
Wanna share? I have salad, some dried fruit and nuts, and a smoothie. I would love to. These are lovely. Thank you. Did you make these? Of course. That's wonderful. I love cooking. People sometimes wonder how I do it. But it's easy, especially sandwiches. My mother made the sauce. And your salad is so tasty. I don't even recognize everything that is in here. But everything is delicious. I'm happy you like it. There's olives and capers and feta cheese. I hope it's not too salty. It's perfect with all the vegetables. It's so sunny today that I thought it's better to make it a bit salty like that. I'll have to walk to the farm and it's going to be hot. I like it like this. We're passing a little town. I didn't catch the name. I'm sure there was a sign on the station, but it went past quite fast. Some of the houses have thatched roofs here. It looks lovely. New houses have red tile roofs or tin roofs. These ones are made from really thick layers of straw. Straw feels nice, and it has such a good smell. But I wonder how it doesn't get wet when it rains. I think it's just so thick that the wetness doesn't go all the way, and it's angled down so the water runs down the layers. I think I heard if it's done right, it lasts as long as a tin roof. Lovely! I like to have a thatched roofed house. I think I actually never asked my grandparents what the roof is made of. I might have even lived in a thatched roofed house without even knowing it. That's true. You should ask them. Here's a smoothie if you want to try. Yes, please.
Dana gave Sharon the bottle and watched her open the cap. In fact, she opened it just like anyone would open a bottle. It was fascinating. There was so little that Dana knew. She leaned on the window, watching the scenery for a while, then turned her eyes back to her friend. The way Sharon seemed to enjoy and savor every bit of food with her eyes closed like that. It looked so sensual it made Dana feel a bit aroused to watch her, just because no one would close their eyes to enjoy their smoothie.
You look like you're having fun. I am. There was a river again, with rowboats on a wooden pier. They looked really old but well kept. The riverside is covered with tall grass, and there are little footpaths down to the water. Now I really want to go swimming. Thank you for the meal. It was very tasty. I like the smoothie too. You're welcome, and thank you for the sandwiches. Tell me about your studies. You said it was arts and design. Yes, I always liked drawing, and I thought that would be really fun if I could do something like that for a living. Most people don't really understand that. They say it's going to be really tough to make money with art. I don't think that's true. Thank you. I have one uncle who used to work for an advertising agency. I guess they did a lot of flyers and posters and some branding design. But he also drew those whimsical little comics for all the relatives.
And unfortunately, I have run out of time. But if you would like to watch future episodes of Beautiful Ride to Carlisle, please check the playlist down below. And if you want to watch other visual novels, please check my channel down below. And if you want to talk about visual novels or anime, please take a look at the description down below for our Discord link. Thank you, and take care.